one. Okay, there you go. And since we have started late, if you would like to leave at 1, you may do so. I will also just finish the stream whenever the video finishes for anyone who would like to do the full workout. Okay, I'll start.
All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's workout. I am Sierra, for those of you who don't know me, from Ocean Rehab and Fitness. I'm filling in for Megan, but also doing this recording for you today as we will be heading off to Toronto. So to get started, I just wanted to give you a little rundown on equipment. So you're going to need some dumbbells or soup cans or whatever you have for that, as well as a band. I'm going to have it anchored for one of these, so if you want to do that, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, I can give you a couple modifications if you don't have an anchor for your band. So we're going to be doing a full upper body workout that you can do with, as you can see, little equipment. And we are going to do a couple sets of these to follow along with the SCI Fitness international exercise guidelines. But if you have any questions, be sure to reach out to us. And I think that is everything. So let's get started and let's have a good workout. So we're going to start off with just some warm-up exercises, and we're going to get into some cat-cows to start. So we're tucking that chin in and then rolling down through the spine, feeling each vertebrae as far down as you can go. Placing hands on the lap if that helps with support. Taking an inhale. Exhale, we're going to lift the chest. We're trying to get the opposite bend on the spine now, looking up, shoulders down, away from those ears. And then we're going to curl forwards again, rolling down through the spine. And then lifting, creating that opposite C, looking up at the ceiling. And we're going to go one more time here, just going to the side here so you can see. Tucking the chin in, rolling everything down through the spine. And then lifting up, lifting that chest, getting the opposite C. You can even open up those arms if you want. Awesome. And then coming back to neutral. Then we're going to do a quick twist of the spine. So we're twisting over to the right. I'm using my left hand on my right knee to help push. Using my right hand back on the wheel or on the chair, wherever you're at. And then we're going to twist to the other side. So right arm or right hand to left knee. Looking over that left shoulder. And then we're going to go back to the other side. We don't do a lot of rotation in our day, especially if you're using a wheelchair all day. Switching to the other side. So just getting in a little bit of movement there. All right. Next one we're going to do is we're going to just reach up to the ceiling as far as we can. Feeling some lengthening out of the side. And then we're going to pull down as we go to the other side. Reaching up as far as you can and pulling down. Good. And then we're going to continue alternating here. Awesome. And we'll do one more on each side. Nice. Good. And then we're going to relax here. Then we're going to go into some bear hugs. So bringing both arms out to our sides, reaching out as far as we can, and then hugging. Really feeling that stretch. And then the other side, switching arms on which arm is on top. And then back to the top. Nice. And we'll do one more here. And then we'll relax there. Awesome. Okay, and then the last one we're going to do is just some scap squeezes. So behind us, we have our scapulas, and we're really just trying to think about squeezing the two together and then relaxing. So squeezing the two back and then relaxing. Imagine we're squishing that blueberry and then back. Sitting up nice and tall here. Good, and then continuing in that motion. We'll do one more here. And awesome. Okay, so we're gonna get into some strength exercises. We're gonna grab those dumbbells to start. What I'm gonna do is 2 different variations of a single arm overhead dumbbell press. What that's gonna look like, if you want some stability, you're gonna have one hand with the dumbbell, one hand holding onto your chair or whatever you're holding onto. And then from here, notice we're having this 90-degree nice angle here. And then we're gonna press up and then come back down, okay? If you want a little bit of a challenge, you can put the other weight in the other hand. And we are going here, but not holding on to anything as we hold that other dumbbell. Okay, so adding a little bit of a balance here. So we're doing 10 on the one side. Good, exhaling on the way up. And last one. Good, and relaxing there. Okay, then we're gonna switch to the other side, either holding on or putting the dumbbell in the other arm and we're pressing. Halfway there. Nice. And then we're gonna rest there. Awesome. Okay, so we're gonna just take a second here, take a little bit of a rest. Then we're gonna go into our band rows. We're gonna come back to the dumbbells, so don't put those away too soon. So as I was saying, my band is anchored. It's a little off screen here, but it's just looped around a pole. And so if you don't have an anchor point, you are going to be doing a bow and arrow row. You've seen these before, so you'll have one hand holding into the band, the other is pulling back. Notice the elbow is nice and tight as we pull back, and the arm that's holding the band is just nice and straight out in front of us. If you have the anchor, great. You're going to be doing a single arm row here, okay? Let's put a break on here. Okay, so we're doing 10 on each side. Good, squeezing that shoulder blade back. Notice the elbow staying nice and tight along our body, and then the elbow is actually going past us all the way back. So trying to get as much range here as you can. Shoulders away from those ears. Exhaling as we pull. Good, and then we're gonna switch sides. Again, sitting up nice and tall. Feet planted, or imagining feet are planted. Everything else is not moving as we pull back. Good, we got 2 more here. Good. And we're gonna rest there. Awesome. We're gonna go back to the dumbbells. So grabbing those. One, if you want some stability with the other arm, or grabbing both and adding a bit of a balance exercise to here as well. So imagining straight line from our head all the way down through our belly button to the ground. Elbow is at 90 degrees, and we're just pressing here, seeing how stable we can be. Exhaling on the up. And last one. Nice. And then we're going to rest. And then we're going to go to the other side. Sitting up nice and tall and pressing to the ceiling. Last one here. Nicely done. And we're going to rest. Awesome. Okay, going back to the band, whether you're anchored with the band or not, we're doing our single arm rows. So sitting up nice and straight and pulling back. Notice the elbows nice and tight, as you can keep it. Exhaling as we pull. Exhaling on that work. Notice we're staying nice and controlled as we pull and as we go back out. And we're switching sides here. Awesome. Really feeling that squeeze of the shoulder blade as you go back. And last one, 10. Awesome. Okay, we're going to take a little bit of a break here. Grab some water if you need. And then we're going to move on to some other exercises. Today we only did 2 sets of 10. That's kind of for the beginner starting to get a little more into weights. If you want to be hitting the exercise guidelines specifically for spinal cord injury, they recommend 3 sets of 10, and that's kind of what you want to work up to even if you don't have a spinal cord injury. And so if you want to start incorporating more sets, be sure to do that. And if you have questions, be sure to also reach out to us. All right, so we're going to move on to a banded chest press. And so you can do this anchored, or you can do this without being anchored. I'm going to do it without being anchored this time just because my height adjustment isn't as high as I would like it. You want to be able to be pressing kind of just below or at shoulder height. So if you can't find an anchor, then this is a great alternative to doing that. Okay, so what we're going to do, just placing the band behind us, like so. And then we are going to press out. I'm going to just do one side at a time. I find it's a little better with tension, and I can add tension if I need. Ooh. And we are rolling up the neck. There we go. A little bit of setup, and we are pressing. Doing our best to keep those elbows at shoulder height. 9, and then last one, 10. Good. You can also go underneath the armpit. Sometimes that helps with the movement of the band. Obviously, an anchor is ideal, but if you don't have an anchor, this is a great alternative. And then we're going to rest there. Good. Okay, so from here, we're going to grab those dumbbells. We're going to go into lateral and front raise. So we were doing this with the Dragon Boat women this week. So it takes a little bit of coordination, but what we're going to do, right arm is going to go out in front, left arm out to the side, and then we're going to rotate. Left arm out front, right arm out to the side, and then switch. Obviously, if balance becomes an issue, you can do all of your front raises on one side, all of your front raises on the other, and then do your lateral. But if you want a little bit of a challenge, we are just alternating front to lateral. Staying nice and stable, going just to shoulder height with those arms, and breathing. One more on each. And we're gonna rest there. Awesome. All right, so we're gonna go back to our chest press. If you have an anchor, feel free to get that set up. Otherwise, we are doing it just from behind us. You might have to play around a little bit with tension as well, and that's okay. So I'm gonna get a little more resistance here. Sometimes wrapping it helps. Okay, so we're pressing out in front of us, single arm here, and coming straight back to our shoulder. And here goes my voice. Okay, staying nice and stable here, remembering to breathe. And I went under the armpit here so I can keep that band. Depending on what bands you have, it might be easier. And switching to the other side. Straight back, 90 degrees. Good, and then we'll rest there. All right, grabbing our dumbbells. We are going back to our front and lateral raise. So right arm straight out in front of us, left arm out to the side. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 12, 13, 14. Now, I also have nice and light weights today. And if you don't, you probably are going to notice that it is extremely difficult. So be kind to ourselves and adjust based on how much weight you're using and if it feels too heavy. All right, so grab some water if you need. We're going to go into a wood chop. And so you can either use a ball or a dumbbell, whatever you have. And then we'll show you the next one. So wood chops, you've seen this one before, for those who've been around. So what the wood chop looks like is both hands are going to be to the side of our head, and then we're going to come down to our hip. And what we want to do is focus today on anti-rotation. So what that means is we want to be here, we want to throw down to the hip, but nothing else we don't want to move. So the body, the head, all the way down is staying nice and stable as we throw this weight to the side, thinking about engaging that core, trying to stay stable. And then we can switch to the other side and it'll be the same thing. So we want to put in some force into the opposite side. With seeing how much we can do to not move, which is easier said than done, especially if you have a heavier weight than mine, or if you're using a ball. So what we're gonna do, having the weight to one side, keeping our arms out straight as we can, and then throwing it down to that hip. Exhaling as you go down. Good. Okay, we're going to switch to the other side. So over and down to the right hip, left side to right side. And rest there. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to go into some chair dips. This is going to look different for different people. So for me, I am in a wheelchair, and so I'm going to press off of the wheels to do mine. You might be pushing off of just some kind of chair in your house. If you are mobile and can move around with your legs, you can also think about pushing off of a couch and having your legs on the ground and doing your dips like that. So we kind of play around with what you have, but I'm going to show the version of in my chair. And we're going to shoot for 10. We're going to have our hands on the wheels here. And so what we're going to do is we're just thinking about pressing all the way up, slowly coming down, and going again. 2. Notice shoulders are away from those ears. 3. Nice and slow down. 4. 5. Nice and explosive. 6. 7. 8. Nice. 9. And last one. Awesome. Okay. Taking a minute, grabbing some water. We're going to go back to wood chops in just a moment here. So wood chops. We're going to start on the left side this time, taking that dumbbell or ball and throwing down to that hip. No rotation. Arms as straight as we can get them. Which will be difficult depending on what kind of core you have. All right, switching to the other side. Going out and all the way down. And we're going to rest there. Awesome. Okay, going into our dips. So again, using what you have available, I'm going to show from the wheelchair. Going straight up and lowering down. Now, for some of you, you might just be here, and that's totally fine. If you can go the full way, awesome. Exhaling as you go up. Good, and we'll rest there. Awesome. All right, amazing. Let's grab some water. We're going to get a little bit of movement, a little bit of cardio in, and then we'll go into some stretching. All right. So we're going to do some cardio. I'll pull up a timer here. We're going to take 1 minute of movement, 30 seconds of rest, and then we're going to keep going in that cycle. And I also recommend, if you have music, to put some music on. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to reach up, and then we're going to twist and reach down as low as you can. So I'm reaching to the other side of my chair, reaching up and down. All right. So modify that as you see fit. I always like to have a hand to balance. If you don't need that, that works too. Whatever you see fit here. All right, so we are starting a timer. We're going to do this for a minute, and at 30 seconds, we're going to switch sides. So reaching up and down to the side. So getting used to this movement. And then once you have it, you can start speeding up. Nice. I didn't put my brakes on. Putting brakes on might help. Nice. Awesome. Staying nice and controlled. And then we're switching sides. So switching to the left, reaching down to the right. Making sure we go all the way up and all the way as far as we can down. For some, you might not go down that low. For others, you might be touching the ground. Just staying nice in control. Awesome. Feeling that heart rate maybe coming up, and rest there. Awesome. Okay, we're going to take 30 seconds, and then we're going to go into the next one. Next one we're doing is just a simple up and straight in front of us. We have 15 seconds. Maybe grab some water if you need. All right, 5 seconds. Getting ready here. 2, 1, and go. So reaching up, reaching forwards. Good. We're going to do this for 1 minute. Breathing. Squeezing those shoulder blades back every time we come backwards or every time we come down. Awesome. We got 30 seconds left. Awesome. "15 seconds. Let's speed it up for the last 15. Good. Going at a nice, comfortable pace. And we're going to rest there. Good. We got 30 seconds. Grab some water if you need. This 30 seconds goes by way too fast. We have 15 seconds. And we're going to just go into some simple jabs here. So jabbing out in front, bringing those hands back to the chin. If you want a little bit of a challenge for those in manual wheelchairs, keeping those brakes off. If you want some stability, then put those brakes on. Good. And then we're going to speed it up here. Nicely done. Thinking about bringing those shoulder blades back as we pull back. Bringing it back to the chin. Nice. "20 more seconds. Breathing. Awesome. We got 5 seconds. Hanging in there and rest. Good. Okay, we got 30 seconds. Taking a minute. We got 15 seconds. We're gonna go into some modified or adapted jumping jacks. All right, let's begin. So going up all the way, we got 1 minute, so pacing ourselves here. The arms overhead is already gonna start raising that heart rate. We wanna breathe here. Awesome. Amazing, we got 30 seconds, maybe speeding it up a little bit now. Making sure we get all the way to the top. We're clapping. That helps. Maybe not. Nice. Arms as straight as we can. If we're just out here because our shoulders are sore, that's fine too. But otherwise, all the way, getting that heart rate up. Nice. We got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rest. Good. 30 seconds rest. Keeping it together. We have 2 more moves, and then we'll go into some stretching. It's just 2 more. We have 15 seconds. Mostly heart rate's coming down. Nice. All right, so we're gonna go into some boxing. Left, right, hook. Left, right, hook, hook. Good. Awesome. Good. We are staying nice and controlled, coming back to the chin every time. And we got 30 seconds. Awesome. 20 seconds. Pacing ourselves. You got it. We got 1 more round after this. And then you're basically done. The hard stuff. Nice. We are showing up today. Which makes me super happy. More people moving. Nice. And we are resting. Awesome. All right, we got 30 seconds rest. Well deserved. And we're gonna go into our last move. So last move we're gonna do is running. And you might be like, Sierra, what do you mean running? And so what we're gonna do is we're actually just gonna use our arms as if we're running. And we're gonna go as fast as we can, doing some modified running, modified moving. And if you want to take the brakes off, see what happens. Choose your own adventure. Otherwise, we are going. And you can go as fast or as slow. We got 50 more seconds. So pacing ourselves, knowing this is our last one. Nicely done. And if you can find a way to get faster, then let's do that. Utilizing as much hip as you got. Swinging those arms fast as you can. We got 30 seconds. Nicely done. And you want to fast and get faster. I don't know if I can get any faster. Moving those hands as fast as you can. 10 seconds. Nicely done. We're going right to the finish. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Amazing. Grab some water, H2O, oxygen, and we're gonna go into some stretching. Okay, nicely done, everyone. Super pumped that we made it through that. So we're gonna get into some stretching. Always my favorite part, especially when clients don't want to do it and then they're like, wow, I feel so great after. That's why we do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to either, if you have two options here. If you have a desk or a table in front of you, you're going to do that. And what you're going to do is you're going to, let's see if you can see this. You're going to place hands on the table. You're going to roll backwards. And then head is going to go between the arms. And we're going to press into the table and stretch here. If you don't have this, you can also go into the wall. So it'll look like this. You'll be a couple inches away from the wall. You're going to lean over and push into the wall, feeling the lats in here. Okay? So I will keep track of timing here. And at 30 seconds, those that are against the wall will have to switch. Letting that head dangle if you are at the desk or table in front of you. For those of you who are against the wall, you're going to switch to the other side now. Placing the weight in the hands, whether you're against the wall or at the table and desk. Remembering to breathe here. One more inhale as we slowly roll up. Nice. Awesome. Okay, next one we're going to do is our overhead tricep stretch. So we're going to place our left arm, getting that bend in the elbow. Right hand is going to pull with the elbow towards our head. And we're going to hold this here. And releasing nice and slow, switching to the other side, getting that bend in the arm, pulling with the opposite hand. And you're slowly going to come out of that. We're going to do a little bit of lateral flexion with the neck, so tucking in that chin, bringing the right ear to right shoulder, letting the left side dangle down. Checking in with our breath. And we're going to switch sides, tucking that chin in and going to the left. Nice. Tucking that chin in again, and we're going to go right to the right side, to that right armpit. Letting the left side dangle. And we're going to switch to the other side, tucking that chin in, going to the left. Relaxing the right shoulder. Awesome. And then we're going to do a quick wrist stretch. So bringing our hands together, and we're going to making sure palms and fingers are in line together. And then we're going to press down Do a bit of a preacher stretch here. Good, trying to force those palms and fingers together. Awesome job. I'm going to breathe, see how low we can get them while keeping those palms and fingers together. And we're going to relax those. We're going to twist to the right side now, looking over that right shoulder. We're going to hold it here, lifting that chest. We're going to switch to the other side. Awesome. Coming back to center, we're going to roll, tucking that chin in, rolling down through the spine. You can either stay at your lap like this, or roll down to your feet or your foot plate or the ground. And we're going to hang out here for a second. And from here, we're going to think about breathing, expanding the ribs as wide as we can. And exhaling all the way down through to the ground.
I have to go. Thanks for the class. Bye.
One more big inhale. As we exhale and slowly roll back up. All right, great job today, everyone. I am super stoked that everyone showed up today to work out with me. Most of this workout actually was on Ocean Rehab and Fitness website under their home full upper body workout. We just added a little bit of cardio and made some quick adjustments based on how we were teaching today. So if you want to check that out, be sure to go to Ocean Rehab and Fitness. Otherwise, I am Sierra, and if you have any questions, be sure to reach out through our website or through my Instagram at SierraRock22. Other than that, I hope everyone has a great rest of their day, and I will hope to see everyone again soon. Bye, everyone.
Thanks, Jasmine. You saved the day.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for being so patient, everyone. I apologize for all of the difficulties in the beginning.
It happens. I'm not teaching dance tomorrow. It's the 19th. So
Okay.
every second week. Hi, Ken. Welcome to Megan and Sierra's Adapted Fitness. We have so much fun.
So I'm going to stop the stream now. If you would like to chat, I can just, I'll do the meeting and then you can end, or I can end the meeting.
Well, I'll say goodbye. I have to do my foot.
Yeah, we're okay.
All right. Okay. Take care.